All right, we're going to start with foam rolling, and the first muscle group we're going to start with is going to be the IT band. Now, the IT band is a thick strap or sheath that comes all the way from the top of the hip down the outside of the leg and attaches into the base of the side of the knee. All right, to roll that, we're going to start with going full lengths all the way up and down. I can make this easier by putting the top leg up to help support some of my weight, but we want long, slow passes for each of these. You're thinking 5 to 10 passes and no more than 60 seconds per movement. Now, if I find something in here that really grabs my attention, all right, that is uncomfortable, then I can spend a little bit more time there, rolling in small passes, all right, or just trying to relax and sink down over the top of it. Right. We would do both sides, all right, and then the next muscle group we're going to work into is going to be the hip flexor. The hip flexor is a short 6-inch swath that we're going to go from essentially the ASIS or the front side of the hip to about mid-level of the quad. All right, to get onto that, we're going to have to start lying down on a 45-degree angle, and we're going to start rolling up and down. And then I might have to change the angles a little bit. What I mean by that is I might have to lean forward, all right, to find it, and I might have to lean back. If you sit in a chair for long periods of time, odds are this is going to be short and tight, and you're going to find some good stuff in here. Again, we're thinking 5 to 10 passes. We can go a little more since these are smaller passes, but no more than 60 seconds. We go again, repeat, go to the opposite side, and go from there. The next ones we're going to do are going to be your quads. All right, front of the hip, all the way to the knee, and we're going to lie down with the foam roller directly in the middle, and our forearms down to the floor like a plank position. From there, I'm just going to push all the way up, and then use my elbows to pull all the way back until I get all the way to the top of the knee. Again, 5 to 10 passes, and I can play with the angle with this by doing two things. I can start to internally rotate my feet so I touch the two toes together, and then roll up and down, seeing if that changes things at all. And then the other thing I can do is externally rotate, like turning my toes out towards the wall, and now roll that way and see if that changes anything, if we find any new additional spots from there. If I want to make this more tension or a little bit more resistance on it, I can simply cross one leg over and go one leg at a time. Okay. The next group is going to be the hamstrings, which are from the back of the leg, from the glute, all the way into the back of the knee. All right. To get on that, we're simply just going to sit down with the back of our leg on top of the roller. For this one, because it's hard to load with the weight, we're going to have to cross one leg over the top and now roll to the base of the knee, all the way back up to the glute. Trying to put as much weight and pressure on this as we can. I can slightly rotate away to get to more of the inside or medial head. All right, and I can slightly rotate to the outside to get to the lateral head. All the way up, all the way down, and we do both sides. Okay. From there, we're going to get to your adductor, which is essentially your inner thigh. All right, so taking this inside medial portion from the groin all the way into the inside of the knee. From there, I'm going to lie down with my knee bent at about a 90-degree angle, and my elbows onto the floor like a plank position, and from there I'm just rolling in and rolling out. Again, finding what's tight. 5 to 10 passes, no more than 60 seconds. If I find something tight, I want to spend time on it. So maybe small passes back and forth over the top. For this one, if I want to make this more challenging, I can simply straighten the leg and now roll. The straighter the leg, the more tension I can place onto the top of those muscles. I would do both sides and then move on. And the next one we're going to do is get to the glutes. All right, to get to the glutes, we're going to sit actually on top of the roller, and I'm going to cross my right foot over the top of my left knee. Whatever leg I have crossed over, I'm going to lean to that side and roll that glute. All that I'm doing with this leg crossover is applying tension to the glute and putting it on stretch already. From there, it's a lot easier to roll and feel what we're doing. So I'm going to roll to the top of the glute and then all the way back into the backside. This one's similar to the hip flexors, in that we might have to change the angle by leaning further on, all right, or rotating away, and then rotating back to flatten out the angle in order to get this appropriately. Once we've gotten both sides, the next thing we do is we're going to roll your upper back. To get there, I'm just going to put the foam roller
right into the middle of my back. All right. I'm going to start with a big bear hug position with my arms. Wrap in as tight as I can to open up my scapula or my shoulder blades. I want to tuck my chin and lift my hips to neutral, and then roll through the top of my shoulders. I'm not rolling down to my lower back. I'm just rolling between the shoulder blades here. And I can slightly lean to one side in order to isolate that one side. Okay. And again, we're thinking 5 to 10 passes or 60 seconds as we roll through. Okay. The last one we're going to do is going to be your lats. Which your lats are this thick muscular sheath coming down the underside of the arm. All right. From that, we're going to lie down onto our side, lying directly underneath our arm with our lats on top of the foam roller, arms extended and stretched out over the top. Other hand and top leg is going to be what kind of propels us as we roll down and back. Looking for tight spots. Again, I can lean further away. Increasing the angle, I can come forward. All right, and that might also be a way that we can facilitate that as a forward lean, on and off, in order to achieve this movement. Okay. Again, we do both sides, 5 to 10 passes, no more than 60 seconds, and that concludes the foam roller portion of the warm-up.